data type and data object. So we need to discuss about the data type and data object. Those are things that we are going to discuss now. Okay. So now, what are data types and what are data objects? So if let's say I say data, some employee number of 10, type n, then what will happen is, like if I write it like this, employee number is equal to something like 1 2 3 4 5 6, then write employee number. Now this is a program, this can be completely executed as a program. So what is this? Is declaration, data declaration, in which we are declaring a variable. We are declaring an employee number as a variable, and this we are giving some properties here. What are the properties that we are giving here? Is we are giving the length here. The length is 10 and the type is n, numeric. Okay, so these are the two properties we are assigning to the employee number. It's clear? So having the data type and length. So data type and length both we are entering here, and the type is n. N means what? Numeric. So there are some standard data types in SAP which we are going to look at, and we are going to have this maximum length as well for the fields, which we are going to look at that one as well. So here, what is employee number called? Employee number is called data object. Data object. This is an object. And what is n called? Data type. Data type. So data type. So we're going to discuss about data types and data objects. So here we have in data types, we have first one is elementary data types and structured data types. Basically, elementary and structured, even before we get into elementary and structured, we have two types of data types. Actually, they are standard and customized or user defined. The standard are called the standard data types and user defined types. In standard data types or user defined types, in both of them, we'll have elementary data types and structured data types. We'll have elementary and structured. So in elementary, again, we'll have character, numeric, integer, date, time, float, bank, hexadecimal. So in this character, we have C, numeric N, integer I, date D, time T, float F. Remember, SAP is not case sensitive. The code, the logic is not case sensitive. There will be only few commands which we need to write in caps lock. Otherwise, they don't work. So those very specific things I'll explain you later. But as of now, these all which we are talking about, the basics that we are discussing, either you write lowercase c or uppercase c, doesn't make a difference. It will still be a character. So it's like that. So we'll go ahead with this. The employee number, employee name. So these are the data types that we have. These are the elementary system defined data types. Elementary data types. Character, numeric, integer, date, time, float, fact, hexadecimal. So these are things that we have. So now we'll go ahead with say something like character. So let's go with character. Data, I'll say A of 10, type C. So now what is the A? What is A? A is a character. What is the length of it? 10. So if I say A is equals to something like A is something like anything, DXC technologies, and then say write A. So when you say write A, this will be typed. A will be typed. This is what. So A of 10 types A. So A is equals to DXC tech writing. So this is how we are going to write it. Now, if you don't write the length, then what happens? If you don't write the length, only the first letter of the character will be stored. And when you say write A, only D will be typed. The rest of the things will not be stored here. Only D will be typed. So A type C. Only this C, when you say length as 10, only that length will be typed. So A of 10 type C. The DXC text. So write A. So this only this one will be typed here. D will be typed here. Just D will be typed. Okay. Now this is about the character. And now in character you don't have to mention that C also. Even if you mention it like this, data, you can put everything in caps lock also, no issues. Say something like data K. Now you have neither mentioned the type nor mentioned the length. The default length will be 1. Default length will be 1. And what is the default type? Default type will be character. I repeat, default type will be character. So even if you don't give the type here, it will still take the type as character. Even if you don't give the type, it will still take the type as character. So default type is K, default type is character, and default length is 1. So if I give the length as some 10, length as some 10, then that length will be 10 and type will be character. Even if you're not mentioning the character, even if you're not mentioning the data type, it will still be character. Now, instead of writing data, colon is not mandatory here. Here also it is not mandatory. But what if you want to combine these two? What if you want to combine these two? So you don't want to write data again and again. Okay, so for the same thing, what you can do is you can write it something like this. The same thing can be written like this. Instead of writing here, put a colon here, remove this data. Here you keep the comma. So A type C, comma, K of 10. Now for this, there are two mandatory things here. For this, for writing this syntax, you don't have to write data again and again. The first point, you have to put a colon here. It's mandatory, and you have to put a comma after the every declaration part. This is something which we have to do. Okay. So in this way, you can just put a comma and we can declare one more, like say something like D of 10 type n. You can do this.